everybody. Yeah. Welcome to the Mike Dolce Show. Exciting episode for you today. Are we recording on YouTube? We might be live on YouTube. And if so, that is fine, YouTube, because I'm going to share some information here that might be helpful to you, but that was not the intention. New software. Welcome, YouTube. We got a banger for you guys today and all my great friends listening right now inside the audio podcast world. You guys are incredible. Today, we're going to listen first from Derek over at More Plates, More Dates and Dr. Peter Attia discussing the causal relationship between high saturated fat diets and atherosclerosis, cardiovascular risk. Now, this is something that we've been talking about for a very, very long time. Actually, the entirety of my 30 plus year career, which is crazy to say that I've been right this entire time. And even Dr. Peter Attia, who is now speaking differently than he once did, because he was a keto diet proponent for a period of time, and then he had very severe negative health consequences from that. This is only going back just a couple years ago. And then maybe 2 years ago, he came out against this type of diet, and now the carnivore diet is so popular. And Derek and Dr. Attia, they discussed this. We're going to get into that right now, and I'm going to let this play long, and this is going to be under the fair use criteria of YouTube. It's maybe a 4-minute video. I want you guys to listen, to watch the entire thing. And then I'm going to give my commentary on it so we can actually better understand exactly what's happening. But before this, I want to share with you guys very briefly a quick note. This episode is brought to you by the Dolce Diet Certification and Fitness Conference, which will be held January 18th and 19th. DDC. Live and remote, direct to your home via Zoom. Become a Dolce Diet certified coach. Get locked in a virtual room with me and the team for 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, the 18th and 19th. Level up, learn everything I know about nutrition, dietetics, mastering the weight cut, motivational interviewing, becoming a fitness millionaire, building your brand, the 5 R's of success, the F's for goal setting. There is so much we teach over this weekend. It is transformative. But then you become one of my team. You become one of my athletes. You become one of my mentees. I become your coach. I become your mentor. I become your friend. I become your peer. And you have the support of our entire team, and you get to wrap our brand around you. Click the link either down below in the show notes, ladies and gentlemen, or in the chat on the YouTube channel, and you can get a 50% discount right now. 50% discount on your registration. You can lock in your spot. These spots will sell out. They always do. Lock in your spot right now. Reserve your place, but get a 50% discount right now as a part of our Cyber Monday sale, which is incredible. But now let's jump in. Let's listen to the conversation between Derek, Dr. Attia, and then I'm going to share my own information, my own thoughts on this. Let's go.
Why do you think it is that people are so dogmatic about cholesterol and its impact on atherosclerosis? Like, a lot of people want to assert, if I have no inflammation, I'm insulin sensitive, etc., I can't have plaque accumulation, and as long as I stay metabolically fit and healthy, then it's not a concern. Like, are these people just completely neglecting everything intentionally to not make their diet models seem bad? Or like, what do you think is the, like, I just have a hard time wrapping my head around somebody who has a, almost a self-induced familial hypercholesterolemia level from their carnivore diet saying something like, don't worry about it.
I don't know that I can answer that question. And I certainly have spent some time in the past trying to understand that. And I've even used the example of FH to try to make the point, right? So for people watching us who don't know what that is, so FH is a disease called familial hypercholesterolemia, and it's actually the second most common genetic cause of atherosclerosis. Now, it's a disease, it's genetic disease, but it's a polygenic disease, and it's very heterogeneous, meaning it's not like, Huntington's disease, where there's one gene that causes the disease, or even LPA, where this single LPA gene leads to elevated Lp(a), which is actually the most common familial form of atherosclerosis. Here, you have literally thousands of different mutations that all produce the same phenotype. And the disease is defined by the phenotype, not the genotype. So FH is defined by having an LDL cholesterol greater than 190 milligrams per deciliter. So what do we know about people with familial hypercholesterolemia? Well, we know that regardless of their metabolic status, regardless of their inflammation, regardless of how high their HDL is and how low their triglycerides are and all the other things that people in this camp want to talk about, they still get accelerated atherosclerosis at an enormous rate. And their atherosclerotic risk can be almost completely attenuated by lipid-lowering therapy. In fact, if lipid-lowering therapy is initiated early enough, and now that we have better and better genetic screening for this, we're able to treat people in their teenage years when they have this condition, they go on to live normal lives. But the key is, because it's basically an area under the curve problem, how high and how long is your exposure to ApoB? So, if you don't diagnose somebody with FH until they're 50, they might not live a totally normal lifespan. But if you diagnose somebody at 20, they almost assuredly will, provided you get the LDL low enough. So, again, I've never heard a compelling answer for why FH isn't at least one model here. Furthermore, the Mendelian randomization very clearly establishes the causality of LDL. So I suppose you would have to come up with an argument, which I am not aware of, that would say, even though LDL is causal, because you can't dispute that, I mean, not if you understand mathematics and science, even if LDL is causal, there's something so protective about my fill-in-the-blank diet that it offsets any of the harm of LDL in a way that the person with familial hypercholesterolemia who's eating a normal diet doesn't have. Even though on the surface, by all measurable accounts, we're both the same insulin sensitivity, low inflammation, et cetera. Again, part of what makes this difficult is that people confuse causality with sufficiency. And again, this is where I think everybody would benefit from just like a very simple course in formal logic and maybe philosophy of logic or something like that, right? So what happens is it's sort of like your grandmother smoked a pack a day her whole life and she's totally fine, therefore smoking is fine.
Yeah.
Right? That you got to be very careful when you cherry pick because you can get burned.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that smoking isn't 1000% more likely to cause lung cancer because, grandma didn't get it.
All right. So look at me. Audio version of Mike, not video version of Mike, but that's okay. Same old Mike. Now, what is Peter saying? What is Derek saying? Derek was, and this is a longer form podcast. This is just a snippet. So to give some context, Derek was basically saying, like, hey, what is it with these keto, these carnivore, these high fat people saying high LDL does not matter. It does not matter. It does not matter. Now, fools, and I will say fools like Paul Saladino, the carnivore MD, who now has the animal-based diet, who is just a fad diet flipper for personal gain. Paul Saladino has been running around and infamously had a 500 LDL that years ago he discussed on Derek's very same show. Now, Paul's LDL has come down from the 5, so he says, but he says, I believe it's still somewhere high in the 2s, which is absolutely incredible. And he makes some sort of flawed argument that he doesn't eat processed sugar, therefore his high LDL is absolutely fine. And what Dr. Peter Attia, an actual medical doctor, right, a practicing physician, not a psychiatrist that Paul Saladino is, Dr. Attia is saying, like, no, that is completely false. It's completely false. And what Peter Attia says here is, show me the mechanism. Show me the mechanism that your diet somehow offsets the known causality of high LDL and high ApoB with atherosclerosis, cardiovascular disease. None exist. Zero exist. Zero exist. And what Attia says is the Mendelian trials is that there is a direct correlation between high LDL, irregardless of insulin sensitivities, and atherosclerosis cardiovascular events. We understand that. We know that. And then if you look at lipidologists like Dr. Thomas Dayspring, who's actually having a great Twitter account, I say everybody should follow that. It's pretty heavy. So it takes some time to, like, well, you got to hold on for a little bit. But the more you start to understand, the more you realize there is a direct causality, as Attia says, or a correlation between high LDL and high ApoB and cardiovascular events. Full stop. So if you are eating a diet high in saturated fats, we understand. And now this is another fact. Dietary cholesterol, listen, now this matters, context matters. Dietary cholesterol does not increase blood cholesterol. Dietary saturated fat does increase blood cholesterol. So if you eat a cholesterol-dense food, your cholesterol does not go up. If you eat a saturated fat-heavy diet, your cholesterol goes up, your blood cholesterol. Boom. Now, this is where a lot of the keto heads, the carnivore heads, they conflate the facts. And the scariest thing to me, what I've been screaming about for so long, is a high percentage of our population does suffer from hypercholesterolemia. What is that? Genetically, you and your family have issues with cholesterol and with plaque and with calcification. You're worse at it than other people. Some people are blessed. Very few. It's like the grandma who smokes. Again, Peter's metaphor. The grandma who smokes 2 packs a day, she lived to 98 years old. Great. For every one grandma like that, there are millions to tens of millions to hundreds of millions of people who die, early deaths as a result of smoking. We know that to be true. We know the same exact thing with nutrition. So I present this to you, my dear listener, who's running around eating your full-fat T-bone steaks cooked in butter, believing somehow it's okay because some charismatic grifter on social media with abs said so. Well, it's not. Now, don't listen to me. Don't listen to Peter Attia. Listen to yourself and your own logic and your own common sense, and jump into Google Scholar, jump into PubMed, and do just a little bit of the research on your own. Then go to talk to your own cardiologist and have that conversation, or pretty much every cardiologist on the face of the planet. You think cardiologists want you to die of heart attacks? No. Trust me. Their office is already busy enough, and every cardiologist I know, and I am friends with quite a few of them now, everyone I know is like, they have this existential crisis of, my God, that don't stop. They don't stop. Every time I go out to my office, there's more people, and there's younger people, and they're in worse shape. And why doesn't it stop? Why don't they listen? Why don't they make a lifestyle change? Why don't they listen to you, Dolce? Why don't they follow the Dolce diet? Why don't they follow the Living Lean program? Why don't they go all in and dramatically transform their life? Why don't they do that? And I said, Doc, I wish I knew. But just like you, we're busier than we've ever been. We are busier than we've ever been. It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. Why are people getting sicker and fatter at earlier ages now? It's all diet. It's all diet. It's all diet and lifestyle. So how do we fix it? Well, we have to lead the charge. We have to lead the charge. And is an easy segue. And if you want to help me lead the charge, well, join me. Become a Dolce Diet certified coach. become boots on the ground. Have the information, the education, the facts you need to transform yourself first. If you want to change the world, you must first change yourself. If we want to change the world, we must first change ourselves. If we want to change our families, our husbands and our wives, our children, our siblings, our parents and grandparents, our cousins, our aunts and our uncles, our neighbors, our coworkers, our teammates, we must first change ourselves. Don't come in and be all preachy where you don't know what you're talking about. You don't have the credentials to support your statements to gain credibility inside the marketplace. You don't have the network, the resources to rely on to give you all the information, the cutting edge information that you don't have to do the heavy lifting for. Don't surround yourself with an amazing team, an amazing network to workshop, to troubleshoot, to shop talk, to ensure you are a high-level, well-respected practitioner in your field. You become an authority on nutrition, and that's what we offer you as a Dolce Diet certified coach. So I threw the link inside the chat. I'm going to put it under this video in the video post, and those listening in the audio podcast. January 18th and 19th, become a Dolce Diet certified coach. No prerequisites. No formal experience is necessary. Now, if you are a NASM or an AFAA certified personal trainer, certified coach, well, we are a CEU nationally endorsed provider. We are a continuing education provider for certified professionals inside those agencies, which is absolutely incredible also. Like, what more can we do? I can't do it on my own. We need more people. We need amazing people to get out there and help. So the best thing I can do is I can start training the next generation of amazing coaches. I can give you all the knowledge, all the education you need to start transforming yourself inside your home, transforming your home inside your neighborhood, transforming your neighborhood inside your state. And then we can start having that ripple effect. And then again, right now, you get a 50% discount. Right now, today, discount. Promo code. No, there is no promo code. Boom. How about that? And then for those who need help, it's actually on Shopify. So you can even lock in Shop Pay and you can pay it in installments through Shopify Shop Pay, which is even more awesome, right? There is no excuse. Let me answer a couple quick questions right here before I jump off. Dan says, Mike, would it be possible to do the 12-month program in monthly installments? Would hate to miss out. Dan, we're considering that. We're working on it. We've had such an amazing response to the 12-month unlimited program at thedolcediet.com. It's hard for us to do a monthly right now simply because we're going to run out of spots here pretty quick. We're going to run out of these 12-month spots, and we're going to have to shut that option down and then just make it the 4-week or the 12-week for a while. Right? Because we don't want that to get too big, because all 12-month members, you get direct monthly access to me and private group coaching calls, a 1-hour private group coaching call every single month. And I don't want that group to get too massive where I can't take the time to converse with everybody and understand background, lifestyle goals, and help you troubleshoot. So I would love to make these options available in the future, lower price points, of course, spread out the payments. And we are working on solutions for that. Trust me there. But right now it's a little hard because the response has been overwhelming. I'm so honored, but boy, you better believe we're going to over deliver on the expectation. So if anyone's interested, thedolcediet.com, the 12-month program is incredible. It's a one-time payment, 1-year unlimited membership to everything we have right now. I'll drop the link in the show notes if anyone's interested in that also. Boom. Jesse Lee, what's up, my man? Reacciona, FU. I appreciate it. And those new here, the FU is an insider joke. It means effing unbelievable content that everybody throws in the comment section for the algorithm to boost this episode. So if you're an insider, if you want to be kind of, on the inside track, just put FU Dolce inside the comments once this video posts on YouTube. It'll be awesome to see. Facts. Hey, Marlene, what's up, coach? Boom. Dolce Diet certified coach right there. The very cool dog walker, I will call you, because you are just more than just cool. You are very cool. Online says, Mike, I blew it. Perfect diet, saw the pumpkin pie and led to a 3-day bench so far. How do I get back on the horse? I'm going to tell you, go to thedolcediet.com right now and join our 12-month unlimited membership program. Every meal, every recipe, every ingredient, every workout with a plethora of workouts for you to join right now and get started, plus monthly access to me inside our live group coaching calls. Never will you fall off again because you will be so damn motivated, so supported, so educated. There will always be a path forward for you. Let me see. I'm actually going to throw this down in the link also. Just so you have it. Boom. 12-month unlimited option, 83% discount right now for all 12-month members right now. 83% discount to join the 12-month unlimited option. Bam! Bam. All right, guys and gals, I have to jump off here. Super crazy, awesome, amazing, busy day. YouTube friends, freaking love you guys. Appreciate you. Audio podcast OGs, love you, appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out. Remember what we discussed here. Remember, high saturated fat, bad. High saturated fat, bad. High LDL, bad. High ApoB, bad. High HDL, good. High HDL, hard when high LDL, right? And then we want to talk about inflammatory response and CRP and LP little a. And we're going to go down deep, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Mike Dolce Show, the new and improved Mike Dolce Show. I'm feeling better. My neck is feeling better. Look at me. I can talk without falling down on the ground, seizing up. Things are getting better. I've been working the problem. Exactly what I tell you guys to do. I've been doing in my own life, working the problem, taking accountability, and it's all been nutrition. My nutrition has been absolutely amazing. If it wouldn't be inappropriate, I'd stand up and rip off my shirt and show you guys just how freaking shredded I am. The most shredded I've ever been right now. And I haven't been able to lift a weight since September 14th when I was first I'm struck down with my 3 cervical and 1 thoracic herniations, all pressing on nerves. Dolce on the floor. No, it was horrible. And here I am now. Doc said it was going to be at least 6 months before I could resume a normal quality of life. Here I am under 3 months, under less than half the time, crushing it. Docs are like, holy, you're like, I'm so far ahead of all of their expectations right now. I'll break all that down for you guys. But anyway, I got to go. I appreciate you guys. Remember, Ringo says, oh, Ringo, boom, I just covered that for you, my friend. Thank you for asking. I appreciate you asking. That means a lot. Thank you for that. I'm feeling awesome. There's a lot more work to do, by the way. I'm not in the gym yet. I'm not strength training yet. There's more work to do, but I love hard. I love the arduous. I love the sacrifice. I enjoy the pain because I know the pain is helping me become better. And I know this experience that I've had is going to help so many of you who are dealing with neck pain, back pain, soft tissue pain, orthopedic issues. I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying I am, but my own walk, my own journey, my own recovery, my own protocols, my nutrition protocol, my new anti-inflammatory diet, the supplement protocol has been fucking life-changing. Life-changing. I've never had to experience this type of traumatic injury, we'll call it, although it manifested over many years. People are dealing with this every single day, and can absolutely help you. If you need help on that, I'll drop the coaching link below also. You can set up a one-on-one call. I can talk to you about it, whatever information I can give to help you. But again, I have to go. I appreciate you guys. And until next time, boom.